Welcome, Risketeers. We are about to start our round one game of the 2023 Classic Risk World Championships. And we are going through a pretty crazy setup today because we are going to play back-to-back games with our round one game of our Legends tournament coming up next. So we really need to win game one of this. Hopefully everybody readied up there. Good. We got a clean start. We'll go through the players in just a second. I'm grabbing a screenshot real quick. Okay. Let me save that. Okay, let's get into the game. We are in the second position here. We're playing a 5-player game. We had one no-show. This is Progressive World Dom Tournament. We've got a mix of skill sets that we're playing with, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that in just a second. Let me get through this first turn potentially. Can move that 3 and fortify there. I got a position to work here. I wouldn't mind. That 1's not super helpful, but I really don't want to hit a 3 on turn 1. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to fortify where I think I'm most likely to get hit, which is here. But I can't really create an escape route for these guys yet, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so let's take a look at the players. Playing as white is Bronzy, flying the flag of Germany. Rated as a novice with 28 hours played, 39 games played. So that'll be interesting. That's the fun part about this classic tournament that we're playing. We're going to get people of all different skill sets. Playing as orange, General Vagogisi, flying the flag of Germany. Also listed as a novice with 29 hours played. Did I click those wrong? Or are those both the same hours played? Oh, 28 and 29 hours played. That's wild. All right, red, Hal Tanaka is a double Grandmaster, flying the flag of Germany, 1,573 hours played. And playing as magenta, Amos Ngio, beginner, with 36 hours played. So different sets of skills. It's going to be interesting to see how everyone plays this. We're playing with blizzards on, obviously. Okay, magenta hits my 5 stack there that I was hoping to eventually get out of there. But I was unable to. He is really trying. He's willing to sacrifice a lot of troops just to get out of Australia. Which I get, Australia is not something you're going to waste your troops on, but I don't know that you want to hit a 5 stack to get out of there. White's going to make the play for Australia and lose a bunch of troops. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So the key right now is to get into 3 different positions on the board. Make ourselves hard to kill. Okay, so we've got a stack potentially to build off here. Eventually, I think I'll be able to get these together. I don't think they're going to hit me. I'm going to fortify here. That really just gives me 2 positions on the board. So I'm going to do this. I don't think orange is going after this yet. Maybe red plans to. But I think at least for one turn he won't hit a 6 stack. Him being the Grandmaster, I'm assuming he is not going for bonuses right now. He's likely going to play the long game. Orange potentially wants North America. It hits an 8 stack. Okay, so we are playing with some newer players. And again, that's the fun part of the tournament that we're playing in this classic tournament. A lot of people are familiar with the map, how to play. So the strategies we're seeing are not necessarily the same strategies we would see in a Grandmasters tournament. The reason I'm having to do this back-to-back game is due to travel. I've been traveling all week, so I put both games at the very end of the tournament window. And they happen to be lined up with each other. Luckily, the Legends tournament guys let me move that game back an hour. So I'm hoping to win this game 1 in under an hour and then go play the Legends game. That's kind of a best case scenario, so we'll see how it works out. The way the Classic tournament works is you play what's supposed to be a 6-player game. We only have 5 players. You play your 6-player game, 1 winner moves on, then you play a 5-player game. after that, which I think for us will be a 4-player game, and then the winner of that moves on, and only 2 people move on from this round. Only the winners of those 2 games. All right, Magenta hits a big red stack. We have a very aggressive game going on with people hitting a lot of stacks right now. So I just need to stay out of the way. And I don't mind Red getting targeted a little bit because I think he's the most experienced opponent based off the hours that we're looking at. White does some split guarding in Australia. Okay. We really need to beef up a 3rd position, but I need to also make sure I don't lose one of these stacks because these guys are clearly okay with hitting any stack. So I think I do. I think this is one of my safer stacks. I think this one's getting a little risky. I don't think they're going to hit it, but maybe they will. Would like to really have a 3rd position over here, but I think I've got to keep my stacks big enough for now that they don't want to go hit them. I don't mind moving that back there. We're going to go with that for now. I'm going to send this screenshot over to our Tourney host. I can figure that out here in a minute. I'll do that. Okay, here goes Red. Red makes a couple of unnecessary attacks, but I think he's just trying to get to Asia for the same purpose that I'm thinking of. I just got to get out of the way of what these guys are doing because they're going after big stacks. Okay, so White's at 34 troops. I'm at 21. Orange is at 20. Red's at 16. And Magenta's at 21. After our 3rd turn. This is progressive world dom, so the focus is not on bonuses. The focus is on cards and getting them at the right time. So usually around that turn, round 6 to 8 is when the game starts getting real interesting. He goes 3 on 5 there. Rolls a 3 on 1. Okay, White is just rolling out all of his exteriors. And then turtles further back into Australia. Okay. Obviously we're not going to trade in yet, but we do have a trade. I think I've got an opportunity to move this up and separate my 3 positions a little bit. But I got to keep it big enough to where White and Orange don't want to hit it. And I don't think Red's going to hit me because I don't think he's going to go hit us. So we will go like that. Alright, let's see what Orange does. Red's down to 14 troops. 17 now. And he's trying to get his stack into Asia, where it's a little safer. I would love for Magenta to hit that 5 stack down there. Which would be a crazy move in most games, but based off the way this game is going, it's possible. I think Magenta's going for Africa now. And again, taking Africa in the 4th turn is not going to help him a lot, especially if he goes through 8 troops to do it. Because it's just not going to pay off in card numbers well enough. Okay, he hits my 6 stack. What was that? He attacked my 6 with a 4. Just a wild decision. Does he do it again? Okay. White hits the 8 stack of red, has to be furious right now. He's been hit really hard by everybody. Boy, do I go take him out of the game and get his 4 cards? Do an early trade and get him? That'd be a wild decision. I think I'd leave myself too weak. Tempting to go get the other Grandmaster out of the game right now. Maybe I'll regret that, but I just think it would leave me too weak. Even if he trades in cards next turn, which he might because he's at that point, he's only getting 4, unless orange trades before him. And who knows what this will be. Yeah, orange goes and clears out some more of them, which basically feeds red to magenta. Red will trade cards because that's all he has left. He was definitely targeted in this game, potentially because he was a Grandmaster. He was targeted, so feel bad for him. In that, Magenta's going to have trouble getting him unless he can trade in cards. Get the 6 trade, where he goes all the way around. Yeah, I think he's got enough to do it. He's going to go 9 on 8. No, he's going to take Africa. Okay. Takes Africa. Let's see if White goes and gets him. White would need to trade cards to get him, because he's blocked all of his troops into Australia. Yeah, good move by White. But he's only getting 1 card for this, and there's no bounties in this tournament, so 1 player down, 1 player's out. Now we're down to a 4-player game in a winner-take-all format. Next weakest player is probably orange at this point in the game. I have to trade. And I am a little bit scared of who I'm playing against right now because these guys are playing some wild games. So my plan is to get into a bunch of spots to make it really hard to kill me. Something like that. And we're kind of in 4 spots right now, which is not my ideal scenario. But I just think that there's some targeting potentially going on, the way red was hit. And I'm worried that I'm next on the list if red was hit because he's a Grandmaster. For those of you wanting to get more info and learn more about playing the game of Risk, I am at Mitch on Risk. I stream live on Twitch and post on YouTube. So check out my information to try to get your game better. You can compete in tournaments like this. I post my tournament games to try to get people help. Yeah, orange is going after me now. Orange is going after Europe. Okay, orange is going after Europe. Makes me feel a little better that he wasn't just targeting me. Okay, this game's going to get really tough because it's turning into a bit of a 3-on-1 here. Yeah, I thought Magenta would do that, and he's going to go hit me in both positions. He's going to try to take South America now also. Yeah. See, these guys are playing so much for bonuses that is making it really tough. Yeah, this is just pure targeting of the Grandmasters happening right now. White may get fed. Wait, White's fed another bounty there. He's going to win this game. Fed 2 bounties because they were just kind of targeting the Grandmasters in the game. So how about that? And that's the game, folks. We will spectate the rest of it here. and post it for you. But that's clearly 3 players targeting 2 players. No real other way to explain what just happened in the game. They fed White the bounties both times. White should have an easy win here after being fed those bounties. So I guess that's just part of the game. It is interesting playing a tournament. That's supposed to be the fun part of this tournament is everyone's, at a different skill level. So you have different types of players playing in it. But seemed a little unfortunate that it just turned into a total targeting match there for both Red and I, and more Red than me, actually. Very rare that in a game that doesn't count for any bounties or anything that people would run an entire spread like that. Like Magenta just lost their game because of the way they came after me. But maybe that was the logic, was to take out the better players and give yourself a better chance to win. So there's definitely some strategy in that. Just not super fun for me if that's the strategy, right? So we will play a second game that will be a 70% domination game. Right after this one finishes, we'll start another one. I'd be really surprised if White doesn't run the board. He has been fed 2 kills, has all the cards, but we are watching some newer Risk players play, which hopefully this is good for him, building their confidence, getting them more comfortable with the game of Risk, winning a tournament game, which is really cool. All right, so White now has Europe and Asia, which was not the way to play that. He needed to go get a bounty on that last turn, or at least get close to one, get one set up. Now, Orange is feeding Magenta to White, so White is getting his 3rd fed bounty of the game. It would be wild if he doesn't find a way to win this. So this is interesting. I'm trying to rethink a little bit my strategy going into the second game, because I know 3 of these, or I guess 2 of these guys will be left to play us. 2 of these remaining 3. But we're playing a 70% game, so it'll be slightly different. Magenta ruined his whole game going after me in 3 different areas and feeding me to White. I think Orange did the red feed. I can't remember how to watch it back, but I think Orange did the red feed to White. And somehow White did not go get the bounty of Magenta, which is wild. But Magenta and Orange won't have cards here, so that's fine for him. He'll be fine there. Should finish the game next turn. Can Magenta get Orange's bounty in 3 cards? It wouldn't set him in turn, though. No. Game's over. Just a matter of time now before this one ends, and then we'll play our 70% game. The round 2 settings are classic 70% Dom with all modifiers off. Placement auto. Cards are fixed, though. AI difficulty is expert. Turn timer 60 seconds. Alliance is off. Neutral, AI, and balance blitz dice. It'll potentially be a longer game, which I may have to bow out of. I'll make that decision based off how the game's going. Because I have to jump into my Legends game. Magenta gets the orange bounty, but it doesn't set him in turn. So as long as white finishes him off next turn, which he would easily be able to do if his troops were positioned better. But he's got plenty of troops, yeah. So he'll finish it off here. That is a wild first game of round 1 of the Classic Tournament. The winner is white. Bronzy, I think is the name. Yeah, Bronzy is the winner. So congrats to Bronzy. We'll get a screenshot of the battle log for them. And then we will go to round 2. Log end of 1. Okay. Congrats, Bronzy. Okay, we will stop this for now, and we will go into round 2 here shortly.